Hey everybody, I thought I would come to you from the Christmas tree room given that it's kind of Christmas happening next week. Now, something that I wanted to speak with you guys about today, happy Thursday first and foremost actually, something I wanted to chat with you about today is about this whole subject slash problem that we all have around motivation and these days where we're not really feeling it. So, I guess in the lead up to Christmas, generally one of two things happen. We get really excited and pumped and we increase our production level really big. Or we kind of feel like, oh my God, holy shit, we've got to hurry up and get to the end of the week, hurry up and count down the days so that we can go and do what we need to do. So here's the thing, I guess, whether it's the week before Christmas, whether it's January, whether it's any month of any year. Here's the thing. I can pretty much guarantee you that there are days where Ellen doesn't feel like doing stuff. I'm sure Robbie Williams does. I'm sure Elton John doesn't. I'm sure Gwen Stefani doesn't. I'm sure Freddie Mercury didn't. I'm sure if you think about these prominent people in the music industry whose job it is to perform, if you think about morning television presenters, for example, their job is to leave all of their shit at the door, turn up, turn the camera on, and do what needs to be done. And I think that there is a really big problem in the entrepreneurial community where people are out there saying, well, you know what, if you're not feeling like it, that's okay. Just, take a day off. If you're not wanting to do the blah, blah, blah thing, that's okay. Just, don't do it. If you're not feeling it, if you're not vibing with it, just don't worry about doing it. And I guess here's the thing. There are some things that you're going to need to do that you need to do consistently if you want the end game. I'm sure runners probably don't want, elite athletes probably don't want to train on a daily basis to, hone their craft, hone their skills in order for them to be able to do what it is that they do. So if we think about our business, if we think about our marketing, if we think about our social media, if we think about our digital presence, good morning, Kate. If we think about our end game, which is about using digital platforms to become visible, the end game from there is that you create influence, you get more clients, you get more speaking engagements, you get more people to your events, you get more people through your courses, you get invited to guest blog. There's all of this stuff has a really big flow-on effect. Now, most people don't think, elite athletes, they're not thinking, oh man, I've got to go practice. I really can't be bothered today. I'm not really feeling it. They've got that big goal. Like their goal is to win gold. Their goal is to qualify for the Olympics. So if we shift our thinking a little bit to 2019 being, maybe Christmas next year is like your Olympics. And then we think about everything else that we're doing through the year is about growing one day, day by day, growing slightly stronger, slightly fitter, slightly more visible, slightly more motivated, and use that as the pull to get you moving forward. It's going to help. Now, I know if you think about the music industry, I played violin for 8 years. I play the clarinet. I play the recorder really well. Used to mess around with the organ at my nana's house. Any chance we got, I'd be singing and performing and doing all of this stuff all of the time. So the music industry, or music, is something that's a really, really important thing to me. It's a really big part of my world and a really big part of my life. So if you think about what happens as a musician, right? And I'm talking about, pop stars. So think Taylor Swift, Gwen Stefani, Robbie Williams, clearly you are seeing my taste in music coming out. One of the big things that they do is they spend a bunch of time recording an album. Then they do a pre-release. So usually what they do is they start talking about their album. There's a little bit of hype that gets built around it, and then they let a single drop. I think that's the terminology that they use. So it starts being played on the radio, they start to get a little bit of PR around it, and then they release another song, and then it kind of builds up from there, and then they release another song, and then they do interviews, and they're talking about it and everything else, and then they release the album. So there's this kind of built up energy that happens, and then they release the album. And then what they do is they kind of ride off that album's success for maybe 6 months or so. And then they usually announce a concert. So they release tickets, they do pre-sales, they do all of that. And then they do the tour. And then they might announce new locations and stuff like that. So they don't just go out saying, oh, we're going to go do a world tour, right? They use all of that other time in the lead up to it. So if you think about it, again, we went and saw Bon Jovi recently. So if we look at Bon Jovi, right, again, huge 80s music fan, don't hold that against me. I'm very diverse in my music tastes. So we were at Bon Jovi, and the stadium's full. It was really great. But they released an album earlier than that, and then they released the singles earlier than that, gets played on the radio. So the thing that they would have done, though, is they've gone, okay, so we've got a year, maybe 18 months to work this album campaign. The goal is to do a world tour. So what has to happen before that? What has to happen before that? What has to happen before that? I'm pretty sure that the last thing that any of those musicians want to do is stand up and go and do sound tests, go and work out what they're going to do in a stage production, go and work out all of this stuff, but they do it anyway because they know the payoff, right? And the payoff is when you see an artist standing on stage, looking at the people out in the audience, just going, wow, it fucking worked. It actually worked. People are here, they're listening, they're singing, they're here for me, this works. It's totally worth it. The practice doesn't always feel that rewarding. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always. So the thing that I want you to do as we're leading into a new year, we've got new goals, we've got new ideas, we've got all of the new things that we're thinking about, the risk that we run if we kind of go, oh yeah, no, I'll put that off till next month, or I'll put that off to next month, is that world tour that you want to do, or that album that you want to release, or that single that you want to release isn't going to get out there, right? Because you're not feeling it, or the time's not right, or, the universe is a bit off today. Sometimes you need to suck it up and get the heck over yourself and just do it anyway. Now, there's a difference between just something feeling really off and then trusting your intuition with that versus going, you know what, my intuition's telling me that I should be sitting by the pool drinking cocktails today. That's just an excuse and perhaps a cop-out. Catherine, you said that you're working towards having a small team by Christmas, so you're not working as crazy as you are. Totally. You're in brand new launch mode. So the thing for you is that you've got to do those hard yards. We've all got to pay the price. We've all got to learn our stripes. And this is the thing that I was talking about. The problem in the entrepreneurial world right now is that we've got this whole, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or they're doing that, maybe you should do that. Or, it's easy, laptop lifestyle bullshit. I don't know about you. I find it really, really hard to work not in my own environment. In my office, in my office. I find it really, really hard. If I take my laptop, for example, we've got a river that runs through town, and sometimes I'll go take my laptop and I'll go sit down there and I'll work, but I find it hard because of the glare and the ants and the stuff. And if I'm away, I find it hard to work by the beach because, sand and laptop and all that sort of hogwash. So I think it's important for you to be consistent. Exactly, Kate. People are starting to notice you now. I'm learning to be consistent. Exactly. Now, the first time you go and release something, you go put out a new piece of content, you go and do something different, it takes a while. It's like, this is the law of lag. It takes a while for the people around you, the humans around you, whether it's your immediate people or the greater community, it takes a while for them to kind of catch up with your messaging. It takes a while for them to catch up with what it is that you're doing. So it's really important that you're consistent. It's really important that you keep singing that song, and then you know the timing of when to release the next one, and then the timing of when to release the next one. So I guess the overall message here today is it's Christmas time, it's the holiday season, and I really do hope and trust that you are taking some time out, that you're recharging your batteries, that you are spending time with your family, with your loved ones, with all of those humans who mean a lot to you, whether they're in the physical room with you or whether you're spending time with them on Skype or Zoom or however it is that you're connecting with those people who are important. I really, really hope that you're taking some time out to do that. Really hope that you're taking some time to be able to rejuvenate, recover, remember how to breathe, and really refuel your meat suit, refuel your physical body, because even elite athletes need a day off. Even when they're training flat out, they need a day off to allow their bodies, their physical bodies, to rest and recover. So we can learn from that. Okay, so take some time out to do that, and then come back really ready to freaking own that stage, to own that place, to be ready to work for the next 18 months to really hit that, really kind of hit that world tour, whatever that analogy is for you. Hit that world tour perhaps in 18 months. It also means that you're going to have to spend time building foundations. It means that you're going to have to spend time being consistent with little to no reward, immediate, that you might see. It means that you're going to have to do some of the hard yards and really earn your stripes. But guys, you know, it's worth it. It is worth it. It's hard work. If it was easy, everybody would be millionaires and everybody would be doing world tours. Everybody would be on the speaking circuits. Everybody would be doing all the things. It ain't easy, but it's definitely worth it if you know, you're really passionate about your message and doing what you do. Kate, world tour hero, come totally. Kate said, I used to believe in the laptop lifestyle and now I know what it's meant to be. Yeah, to me, laptop lifestyle is more about, like, what I think, you know, my view of all of that is, have I got the freedom to be able to work from where I am? Yes. That doesn't mean by the beach, because that just doesn't work for me. Does it mean that I can work in hotels when I'm away? Yes. Does it mean I can coach my clients no matter where they are in the world, whether they're Colombia, whether they're in the States, whether they're in bloody Netherlands or Greenland or, you know, wherever, Antarctica? Doesn't matter where my people are. So that's really important. And that, to me, you know, one of the things that's really, really important to me is being able to travel. So I still want to be able to work when I travel, but I don't want to work on a freaking beach. If I'm on a beach, I want to be walking, I want to be relaxing, I want to be present in that salty, sandy goodness. All right, Catherine, it's all such hard work. It isn't overnight. There is so much bullshit around the laptop lifestyle. Absolutely. Tamara, no, I think that's my intuition. Champagne and poolside, yes. Maybe me too, just quietly, but yeah. Cool. Alrighty, so great to have you all on this morning. I trust that this has been helpful for you. Kate, loving the build up now. Yes, and that's what it's about. We've got to build that momentum underneath us. So channel whoever the heck it is that you need to. So my challenge to you is to, and I like Instagram for this. So if you haven't got an Instagram account, go open up an Instagram account, and it's not about you posting on there right now. I want you to sit down and maybe just first of all on a piece of paper, write down the people in the music industry who you really love, who inspires you. And I want you to go and follow them, right? Because for the most of you, they're probably in a completely different industry to what you're in. Most of you are probably not budding singers and musicians who want to do world tours on stage singing, perhaps, right? So let's use this industry as a really great source of inspiration. The other thing that you can do, if there's any actors that you really love, or actresses that you really, really love, go follow them on Instagram, okay? Now, what I've done recently, I follow people who really push the envelope, who are no bullshit, who just really freaking own their style. So now in the mornings when I go and post our morning walk photo and I'm looking at the Instagram stuff, it's like I see these people and I'm just like, you know what, that's right. That's really inspiring. That's really inspiring. If you're following any competitors in your industry, I would recommend that you go and unfollow them. Don't even look at their stuff. You don't need them in your reality. I'm pretty sure that a whole bunch of musicians aren't going and necessarily following other musicians to try and work out what it is that they're doing or how they're doing it or anything like that. Maybe following them because they're friends, and that's fine, but it's not about, oh, look, Katy Perry's doing that, I'm going to go do this, right? So go and do that. Use them as inspiration. And if there's someone that you really identify with, just go, right, what is it about that person and what would they be doing right now, and really channel that rock star freaking energy and use that. If you're not really feeling it, use that to kind of motivate you. Emulate their level of discipline, their level of courage, their level of commitment. Because if they can do it, you can too. They're only human, right? As much as we love them and idolize them, they're only human. Yes, Kate, it kills you. Yeah, so don't even follow it. Don't even look at it. Don't look at the competition. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm cheering for them and I hope they're successful, but I don't want to know anything that they're doing. I just want to be, single focused on me and what it is that I want to achieve and what I want to do. Because that means that I'm going to be helpful, right, to you guys, versus going, oh my God, Gary Vaynerchuk's talking about that thing, or oh my God, Frank Cohn's talking about this, or Marie Forleo's doing this, or Gabby Bernstein's doing this, or, blah, 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 all of those other people. Doesn't really matter. What matters is what I'm doing and how I show up and making sure that my message is consistent. And rock stars don't care about what everybody else is doing. All right? So I trust that this has been helpful. Sometimes you just need to suck it up, princess, and get the frog on with it. So on that note, I'm going to... Oh, it's been a longer coffee run this morning. Yay! That's a bit of a bonus, saying we missed out on Tuesday. So take care, have fun, go kick some serious ass today. Like I said, go follow your people on Instagram. Hey, Jez. Follow the people on Instagram who really inspire you, motivate you, excite you, who you just think, oh man, if I had a day in those shoes, what would I be doing? Use that as your source of inspiration. Most importantly though, get visible, right? Get some really great stuff out there. Get out there and help some people and have a whole shit ton of fun doing it. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.